Welcome to the ANZAC Super Series 5, New Zealand versus Australia at the ABA New Zealand on the 28th of July. You're joined by Isaac Savage and the man himself, Shay, Mr. Business Brock. Welcome today, Shay.
No, thanks for having me. It's good being calling the fights with you.
So far, we've seen an absolutely stacked lineup. We're only up to the 5th fight of 23 today. It's 2-1 to Australia, but next up we've got the young fellas, only 10 to 11 years old.
Many cadets.
Hunter Hay there in the red, Cohen Robinson there in the blue. From what we've seen so far, though, it doesn't matter what weight they are, what age, each fighter's throwing down because everything's on the line today. And we're going to see either New Zealand or Australia come through at the end of the day, and I'm actually quite curious as to who's going to take this out today, Shay, because so far so good. Everything's been so well matched and close.
Yeah, exactly. Well, every fight's been a majority decision, or it's just close fights. Good, well matched competition, like you said. Hunter
Hay there in the red, Connor Robinson in the blue. Both of these guys are only 10 to 11 years old. Good on them for getting in and throwing down, and look. Geez, they're looking bloody comfortable for this age. Holding the guard, and not looking too nervous. You see young fellas getting in there a little bit more cagey, a little more fidgety than this.
Yeah. Well, I know from experience. I mean, you see Rex Jenkins in the corner there for Rotorua Gym. He's been around for a long time, and they always have a strong, particularly in the juniors and the youth categories. They have strong gym in that respect.
And look at this. We're talking about age, etc. Not depending on age and whether the male or female. That Hunter came in so hard, then they had to adjust the headgear there of Cohen Robinson. Yeah. These guys are starting out like absolute animals. You can hear the Aussie crowd back in their boy. Cohen Robinson in the blue. But so far, the pace from Hunter Hay is absolutely relentless and almost overpowering the Aussie there in the Kiwis' corner.
Yeah, well, it's on his home. It would be a lot daunting for 10, 11-year-old to come over, in his home country and try to compete.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. What 10-year, 11-year-olds are flying overseas to fight? Most 10-year, 11-year-olds are, I don't know, on YouTube or Facebook playing around.
You see the difference in the corners again. One corner very animated, the other corner kind of collective.
It's always interesting to see. I love having the mic in the corners at times to sometimes capture what they're saying. Yeah. We probably need a bleeper or a buffer at times from those cornermen with the language that's quite colourful that comes out of each side.
Yep.
Here we are, round 2. Hunter Hay there in the red out of New Zealand. Cohen Robinson in the blue. As I alluded to before, both these boys are throwing down. The pace is wild. But as I said that in the first round, Hunter Hay was the aggressor. We're seeing the Australian come forward now, throwing a few more shots of his own and moving back to get out of the way of Hunter Hay. Beautiful step back there, launching a right and then a left hook from the Australian, just keeping out of range and distance of the dangerous hands from the young fella Hunter Hay in the red, representing New Zealand.
Oh, nice skills.
We're seeing the Aussie move back now, just getting out of the pace. It's a good thing to get a bit of distance from a more aggressive fighter like Hunter Hay, because he's just getting inside. He's a real pocket boxer, working inside, throwing left, rights, up and down. Really taking it to the Aussie.
Here we get the boys getting it on in the corner there.
These guys are going absolutely ballistic, Shay.
Well, I think that's working in his favour as well. You know, the Kiwi boy's just going, you know, he's just putting the pressure on him relentlessly. And
gotta love that. Throw the overhand right, then brought it back over the shoulder for an uppercut.
Because you see, once the fight slows down a little bit, it tends to favour the Aussie. He starts to use his angles, he starts to fight from the outside. But the Kiwi boy, he just comes forward and shuts it all down with his pressure. I mean, you know, not to you know, speak low of anything, but you know, no skill required, just a lot of pressure. And
totally. But
confidence.
That last probably 5 seconds, it was a good example of always protect yourself at all times, because as you've seen, right, sometimes if you can relax in that last 10 seconds, you may get clipped. And if you go back and watch it, he threw the overhand over the top of his head, then came back through the uppercut, and it did clip the Aussie just in the last moment. Beautiful shot there from the Kiwi. But we do have one more round to see who will come up trump for this Aussie-Kiwi bout. Round 3. What a crazy pace so far. Hunter Hay there in the red, Cohen Robinson in the blue. As we've seen so far, every single fighter's thrown down, and this is another close matchup, Shay.
Yeah. Well, it's to be expected at, you know, the high levels. It's, you know, I guess there's a limit as to how good you can get, and you know, these guys are top of their game, every single fighter.
Big uppercut there from Cohen Robinson, pushing back and rocking the head of Hunter Hay.
Just like I was saying in the last round, you know, now the pace has slowed down a little bit. It's starting to favour the Australian, but as you know, what's the young fella's name?
Hunter Hay.
Hunter Hay. You know, as he comes forward and puts that pressure on, it doesn't give him time to think. He's playing those little push-off hooks.
Big hook there from Cohen Robinson, stepping into it too. Big right hand. Ref telling him off there for perhaps the forearm.
Point off for, I think it was for the open hand, using a slap essentially.
And that's the difference we see here in the amateur ranks compared to pro. Beautiful shots there from the Aussie Cohen, really rocking the head of Hunter.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, obviously the ref's got a better view of it. I mean, I didn't put much in it. Well, yeah, referee's got the best view in the
But that's the difference though too. You know, it's a bit more restrictive, a bit more strict in a sense. Even if there's a barrage of punches and someone's getting rocked. What a fight! Two young fellas, only 10 to 11 years old. Hunter Hay there in the red, Cohen Robinson in the blue. Once again, this is going to be a close matchup as we go to the judges' decision. Wow, there you have it. Hunter Hay by a split decision. We said it was going to be close, and it certainly was. Obviously, Hunter Hay doing enough in two judges' eyes. Not one, but two for the split decision. What are your thoughts on that one, Shay?
Yeah, no, I think the score kind of reflects the fight. It's good. Yeah, and I think it was clash of styles as well. And like, you know, depending on what you like to see out of the fight. We'll talk about the aggression from the red corner, and then the, I guess, the more calculated slickness from the blue corner.
Couldn't agree more, mate. We are now 2-2. New Zealand 2, Aussie 2. So it's pretty even, Stephen, so far.